Mohadi'S, you are going to answer 6 questions in the next 15 minutes. Please try to be as precise as possible, but don't speed yourself of the starting of your responses. Please maybe remove your mask so that you can hear it properly. First question is, why should this committee recommend you for a possible appointment to serve as a commissioner on the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission?
Good afternoon. Why should the committee recommend to the commissioner? Because I am very patriotic. I am a unique individual.
Just a second.
There's very good sunshine.
Madam Mohadi'S, I ask you the first question. Why should this committee recommend you for a possible appointment to serve as commissioner on the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission? Can you raise your voice, please?
I am a very patriotic individual who loves this country and loves to serve in this country in whatever capacity I can. I would say I'm a very well-rounded person, which is evident in my CV. I have worked I started my career as a junior accountant in a foreign country, where out of 3,000 interviews, I managed to total to pay PhD as an auditor for a year and I progressed through the ranks.
Did you say KMG?
KPMG and BDO in Australia.
Okay. Thank you. Proceed.
From there, I have done a lot of mission work as a volunteer in other countries, in India and in Malaysia. And then when I came back from my studies, when I moved back to Zimbabwe, I ran Vitaphone, which is a manufacturing firm in Malawi, making furniture and beds. I was in charge of over 200 employees, of whom the majority were much older than I was. So with the experience of being an accountant the mission work that I have taken part in, and as well as doing development. As a development, I'm also a development practitioner. I'm also a farmer. So as a development practitioner, I have been able to interact with people from different walks of life, engaging with different communities, participating in activities that enhance people's life and grassroots all the way to the highest level. So I do not fear people per se, but I respect every person from every walk of life through my experience. Hence, I believe I would be a good recommendation to ZEC, because ZEC is a participatory mission. ZEC engages with all sorts of people from different walks of life, and it promotes, it prepares, conducts, and supervises elections at all levels, which I have covered. So I believe.
Thank you. Second question. Why do you think the government of Zimbabwe created the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission?
There's various answers to that question, but I believe initially when ZEC was at its inception, it was called the Electoral Supervisory Council, of which it was under the Registrar General. And I think because ZEC is supposed to be to help with the checks and balances of government, there was a dispute there because they were not part of government under the Registrar. Hence, it had to be an independent commission. So in saying that, its creation is going with the world standards as well, that elections need to be free, fair, and credible. There needs to be transparency. It enhances democracy as well as enhances the human rights for the people, human rights freedoms for the people of this nation. It creates it creates a democracy and makes us all citizens.
Thank you. Next question. What an extent have the 2013 Constitution and the electoral law been implemented since the 2013 elections to date? What an extent have the 2013 Constitution and the electoral law been implemented since the 2013 elections to date?
Please can you repeat the question?
I'll do so. To what an extent have the 2013 Constitution and the electoral law been implemented since the 2013 elections up to date? To what an extent?
To what an extent?
Yes. The 2013 elections and the electoral law have been implemented since the 2013 elections up to date.
Okay. I'll try not to in the best way that I understand the question. The 2013 Constitution The 2013 Constitution, can I pass? I don't understand.
Can I repeat the question? To what an extent have the 2013 Constitution and the electoral law been implemented since the 2013 elections up to today?
Okay. So the Constitution under section 239 came about the electoral act, which I think under the function of this non-legal commission, of which is to promote, conduct, and supervise elections for the President and the National Assembly, to promote, conduct, and supervise elections for the provincial and municipal local government authorities, as well as to prepare, conduct, and supervise elections for the National Council of Chiefs and its members as outlined in section 285 of the Constitution, to ensure that all elections, as well as prepare, conduct, and supervise the referendums, to ensure that all elections are free, are fair, are transparent, and are credible. In addition to that, it is to supervise elections in the Senate, as well as supervise elections in the selection of the Speaker of the House of Assembly. The other functions include registering voters, making sure that the voters' rolls and voters' registers are kept and accessible to the public. Other functions include delimitation of constituencies and wards and any electoral demarcations, promote voter education, as well as increase research in coming up with electoral.
Can you wind up your response, please? We need to go to the next question.
And to make sure that citizens' grievances are heard and attended.
Thank you. The next question is question number 8. Honorable Kumbo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Abigail, please consider that you let the citizen without registering to vote is not important. Explain how you can convince the person to register and vote. Consider that you met a citizen who tells you that registering to vote is not important. Explain how you can convince the person to
suggest to them, if they know what voting is, what changes they expect to come out of the vote. This is the way that they say, which means a child who doesn't cry dies
Die without any assistance.
Yes, that. So, if they have grievances as a citizen of Zimbabwe, the only way, not the only way, but one of the means they can hurt is if they vote. Voting doesn't necessarily mean they will win in their favor, but it means they're taking the first step to see or to be the change that they want to be. So I would encourage them, and if I have the literature, voting literature, share with them and teach them what they can do if they did vote.
Thank you. Next question. Senator Mohadi'S, question number 9.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Ambrose. What do you understand by electoral delimitation? And what are the principles that ensure that the process of delimitation is democratic? I'll repeat that. What do you understand by electoral delimitation? And what principles should ensure the process of delimitation is democratic?
The process of delimitation is a process of demarcating boundaries for electoral processes. The delimitation stems from Section 160 of the Constitution.
Section what?
160.
160, did you say? Yes, I don't know.
Okay. The process of delimitation happens every 10 years after a census. It is supposed to be done 6 months before a presidential election date. The process of delimitation for ZEC mandates is to delimit. But in the process of delimitation, they are supposed to engage relevant stakeholders, which is other political parties, constituency leaders, as well as local authorities and the public. In delimitation, it's important that the area that is being delimited has access to information, and as well as the people are making aware of the process that is going on. And you cannot, and the constituencies need to come up to 210.
Finished? Yes. We go to the next question. Question number 11. Abigail.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ms. Ambrose, how would you evaluate the effectiveness of ZEC?
I believe the effectiveness of ZEC that's the reason why there's an increase in the number of voters. If the population feels they are part of the processes of voting, if there is but there's fewer disputes after an election. Currently, I think the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is doing a good job because some of the reforms that have come in previous elections, there is the Zimbabwe Media Commission, which monitors media during elections and gives all political parties a fair ground or fair opportunities to campaign. In the polling stations, in the last elections, there was translucent boxes, which is showing that ZEC is becoming more transparent to an extent. The availability, or that when results are counted at the polling station and all political parties and candidates are all giving the vote counting, and then the results being posted outside the polling station shows that the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is actually showing results and it's becoming better in comparison to previously when no one knew about it. However, I would recommend that the Commission taps into the voting, the youth and gender, women and gender, by providing voters education that is specific to them, using mediums that are understandable to them. For example, the social media presence of ZEC is not as prominent as it should be, because looking at it from a young adult's perspective, when we want everything on our fingertips, it's not readily available to the general public. So in saying that, ZEC needs to improve its presence in the social media arena to also get more voters and improve its service.
Thank you very much. This brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you very much for coming.
Afternoon, good evening, welcome to Daily News, breaking news, everyday news on Prince Miller Entertainment TV. Today is the 7th of July 2022, and so guys, we just watched the interview of the newly appointed ZEC Commissioner Abigail Millicent Mohadi, and yes, the interview right well, and so many people on social media have been reacting negatively towards this interview, saying that she was favored, and so I went on Facebook, of course, to our journalist Hope. We do follow Hope a lot, and here is something to say regarding this fully 23-minute interview. It's saying that this is the tragic and painful to watch Mohadi interview. The appointment of ZANU-PF Deputy President's daughter Abigail Millicent Mohadi as a commissioner on Zimbabwe's election commission ZEC has shocked the region. 3 of the 6 commissioners appointed here are from Masvingo and 1 is from Berengwa. An African diplomat called the appointment of Abigail Millicent Mohadi to the Elections Commission as an embarrassing act of political stupidity. The interview, which shows ZANU-PF's arrogance and incompetence, was a total embarrassing disaster and has given the region a headache, as none of the SADC can condone such an act. The issue is not only about the craziness of nepotism and how impossible it is for one to sit in her father's own case, but how embarrassingly incompetent and unprepared she was for the job. She is simply not competent, but as we all know, competence is never a priority in the ZANU-PF government. The ZANU-PF political puppet Douglas Munzora was involved in the interview process. Now that Zimbabwe's main opposition, CCC, has this ammunition, it needs to act on it, as many African ambassadors have said off the record. This takes us to Mobutu's days, said another African ambassador, referring to the eccentric Congolese dictator Mobutu Sese Seko. What an embarrassing comparison for a country that sees itself as one with the most educated population in Africa. And so this is what Hoppe have said on social media. Of course, people on the streets have to talk about this interview. And yes, people are not happy about this interview, saying that Abigail wasn't ready. With someone here saying that even a babysitter's interview could have been better. Why Zimbabweans? This is not for the political parties anymore. This is for the citizens. We all need to take part to fix this country and put aside our political differences. With someone saying that so as Zimbos, how do we feel with such incompetent individuals preside over our future? If this case is condoned, then 2023 is a delayed match. So guys, get it out in the comment section. This is daily news, breaking news on Prince Mila Entertainment TV. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow. Interview mniona say vazhinji avasugusikana ne interview arikuti aiwa basa akangopowa zvake because mwana wa Kembo Mohadi. Otherwise she doesn't deserve to be a ZEC commissioner. Ndomonere evanhu vakawanda and imi munozona se ngatitaure. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow. This is a daily news, breaking news on Prince Mila Entertainment TV. Bless up.